We're live.
Hello, happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Canada Day weekend. We got our Canada Day flags.
Bruno's wearing his Canada Day handkerchief.
Today we're going to have what we do on the fifth Sunday of every month. Every time there is a fifth Sunday, we're going to do some trivia. But today's going to be Canada based, a little bit of travel in there too. So join us today we're going to have a little bit of fun for the next hour.
Well, hello, and thank you for joining us. I am Jill and Jerry here with you, the Cruising Canucks.
Yes, and we'll see how many people we get today since it is the middle of a long weekend in Canada. And I believe our neighbors south of the border, they've got a holiday coming up later in the week. So next weekend, they're probably their long weekend.
4th of July.
So we'll see how many folks are here today. If you're in Canada, hopefully you're out enjoying some beautiful Canadian weather somewhere.
Yes.
It's a little chilly here today.
Chilly, but the sun has come out. We've had some rain the last few days, but today, at least the sun is out. It's nice out on the deck, but it is a little bit cool.
A little bit chilly, yes, a little bit Canada-like.
Not like what Sherry's seeing, where I see that in our comments, she's getting 93 degrees Fahrenheit where she is. Yeah, we don't have those temperatures today.
So we got a couple important things, and we're just going to throw stuff out as it comes today. One of the important things that is coming out, or not coming out, but could happen during this live. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're finding us for the first time, we only need like a dozen more subscribers. We're going to hit 10,000.
Help us out, guys. Let us get that 10,000 mark.
So cheers to
almost 10,000.
Yeah,
that might be bad luck cheersing before we get there.
We'll keep an eye on the numbers for the next hour, and we're hoping that we can break that 10,000 mark and celebrate it with all you today.
So close.
And the other thing that is coming up this weekend too is tomorrow is Canada Day officially, July 1st, and we are going to be on the joy of podcasting.
We are, yes. Paul interviewed us, weeks ago now, just before we went on the Volendam, actually. We were packing for that when we sat down and had a little interview with him, and we had a wonderful conversation with him. It's lovely to meet somebody that's as enthusiastic about cruising as we are, and Paul's definitely one of those. So if you haven't listened to his podcast before, we're going to be the guests on it tomorrow, so please check it out.
Yeah, and speaking of podcasts, if you don't catch today live, then we always have it on replay, and starting Monday mornings, it shows up on Spotify, Apple Music as a podcast as well as Banter on board. So
that's right. If
you don't catch us live, you can catch us close to live. And I think that's all I had to talk about. We had lots of stuff to talk about throughout the day, but we're going to keep an eye on the numbers. But we will go and say hello to a few people.
All right.
And just right off the bat, I just noticed there that maybe we'll throw Christian James is up there.
Oh, thank you.
So he's giving us a 99-cent.
Happy weekend. Hope you're having a great Sunday, no matter where you are or what you're up to.
Yes, thank you very much for the donation. And I'm almost at a Crown Royal, so hopefully that'll help. It's a long weekend,
It's Peach Crown Royal you're having too, right?
It is Peach Crown Royal, yeah.
His new favorite drink.
But thank you very much, Christian, for the support. We appreciate it. And right on. We are flying today.
All right.
Let's see. What do we got coming up today? Let's do updates next. But first, before we do updates, we should check and see where we are with the 10,000.
Oh, gosh. Seriously?
See if we're still at 13 to go.
Oh,
one more. We only had 12
to go now.
We're go. If we stretch this out to 4 or 5 hours today, we might hit it.
It's like a marathon. It's like the was it Jerry Lewis? Is that the correct name that used to do the Labor Day marathons?
Oh, I think more of Seinfeld, where Kramer kept going until he ran out of gas. It's kind of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's get back to your comments. Or maybe you don't need your comments.
We do to see the answers
for the trivia eventually. Yeah. So updates this week. This past week was everything Nova Scotia. We did Sydney, Nova Scotia. You would have saw early in the week. We saw Halifax come out yesterday.
Yeah.
And we had a good time there. As we mentioned, we were with Paul and Melinda out of Halifax for the day and did lots of fun stuff there. Never had seen the public gardens before. They were absolutely gorgeous. Didn't know that was there. So that was amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because, as we're editing this round of videos, we're getting prepared for our trip, our next cruise, which is based out of Vancouver, but one of the stops is in Victoria. And everybody's been telling us you have to go see the gardens in Victoria. And I looked up the prices to get into it. And then I went, but Paul and Wanda took us to a beautiful garden and we didn't pay a thing in Halifax, whereas there's quite a admission fee in Victoria. So I don't know, is it that much better? Is it worth paying that money?
I don't know.
Let us know, because we're not sure whether we're going to do that or not. Mhm.
Halifax got the best deal going.
It does, because it was free. We didn't have to pay to go through there.
They only
Beautiful park.
had free lobster. You'd be laughing.
Free lobster.
And on Sydney, we did an excursion to the Alexander Graham Bell Museum in Baddeck. Did I say it better with an A?
Baddeck.
Baddeck.
Is it?
Yeah, we were told that we didn't say it quite right, which doesn't surprise us.
Yeah, no, we weren't shocked at all.
And yeah, we had a lovely time there. Cute little community, nice scenery, all that. The only thing was that our bus ride was awful, so I'm not sure if that came through in the video. But
that was sort of an us thing, I guess. We didn't want to go out too early. I mean, well, first of all, we had to wait to clear custom or to get clearance to get off the boat. We were sort of waiting in our room for the announcement to be made. But anyways, by the time we got off, we thought it was pouring rain. We didn't want to stand outside in the pouring rain waiting to get on the bus. But that wasn't an issue because they had the bus doors open. We went to get on the bus, and the only seats available was the very last row, or there were single seats because there was probably around 5 or 6 people that were sitting in single seats. So anyways, we had to sit at the back of the bus in order to sit together.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you're sitting on top of the engine. So if you can avoid the back of a bus on an excursion, please take our advice and not sit back there if there's any other seat available. But yeah, unfortunately for us, that made the trip not as wonderful as it would have been had we been anywhere else on the bus, because we couldn't hear we had a wonderful tour guide, very friendly and lovely. And I spoke to him when we actually got to the Alexander Graham Museum because we couldn't hear a word he said over the engines. And he's like, "Oh, is that my fault? I'm sorry. Should I speak louder?" So it wasn't him at all. Once the bus was in park, we could hear him perfectly. It's just the sound of the engines, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah. Pro tip, get on a bus tour as early as you possibly can so you're not stuck with the back row that we were.
And we're not late people. If anybody knows us, we are always the earliest to anything. We were shocked when we showed up and the bus was almost full. Like, wow, these people are like really keen because we thought we were going to be early when we went out there that day.
Yeah, we really did. Yeah. But anyways, lesson learned. I'm going to make them be half an hour earlier than that for everyone from now on.
Yeah, and it kind of reminded me though, like we had done, it was interesting comparison because we had done PEI the day before. We had our own rental car, made our own way for the whole day, and then we got on a bus and we're kind of in a situation we didn't want to be in with the transportation. So
well, and also, when you're doing a bus tour, obviously you're set to their timeline and their schedule. And we would have loved to have spent more time checking out the beautiful little town that we were in Baddeck. I think I'm saying it right, because it was gorgeous little spot, and we would have sat there and had lunch or gone into a few more shops. But we just, the timing, we were only given a few, not as much time as we would have preferred, I guess I should say. So yeah, that was the vlogs out last week. This week, the last one is the 7th day, which was in Bahaba. Right? Bar Harbor.
Mm-hmm. And we explored the town there, and that's our last day. We kind of give a summary of what we felt about the cruise. I think you kind of know the ending because we gave it away in the beginning how much we loved it. But so that was our 7th day. That'll come out this week as well. And then after that, we're going to start doing some different things, some more ship tours, and a whole bunch of fun stuff we got planned for the next little while until we cruise again.
Right.
And just an update. And hold on the numbers. Oh, we're getting so close. You're 5 to go to 10,000.
Oh, 9, thank you guys.
995.
People have been subscribing as we're talking for sure. We only need 5 more. So if you're watching or listening and you haven't subscribed, please do so.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
And to make a comment, you have to subscribe. So there you go.
There you go.
So these people have subscribed.
Yes.
Angela jumped in and said hi from, we already said Angela. Brian is where we left it off.
Oh,
from Hamilton, Michigan.
Thanks, Brian.
And we've got Kim here saying happy birthday from New York.
Oh, hi, Kim.
And some comments about the Victoria Gardens that people asked about.
I'm seeing everybody saying it's really amazing. It's worth every penny. Yes, it's worth it. So, okay.
There you go.
I guess we will have to give it a go.
Yes, for sure. So, just try to see what else. And a couple comments what we're talking about. So we'll cover we're just kind of casual today. We'll keep going through. How does that sound to you?
Sure.
Yep. Sherry is just saying that she's going to Iceland and the Viking Ocean July 10th. Can't believe it's this close.
Nice.
We want to do Viking as well, probably more so than Celebrity, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, but it's probably even more expensive than Celebrity, we know it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised how affordable prices flights were from Toronto, Canada area to get to Iceland. So definitely we'll have to see if we can squeeze that one in one day.
Right.
And from Anchorage, Alaska, we've got Ship to Shore Cruise here.
Welcome.
And heading south, I think, on the southern route from the north with the Norro Dam from Holland America, I believe, is what they're doing. Yeah.
Nice.
And Kylie says they often debate about organized tours versus doing it on their own. So they do a mix.
So do we. And we try to do a mix too. My biggest advice is if you're at a cruise port and the town you want to go to is really far away, then it's kind of a nice security to have a cruise tour booked through the cruise company that you're traveling with, because if there's an issue with the highway, and which happened with us, we were in Halifax and we got on just within a few minutes of the all on board time, and then the captain came on and made an announcement saying that we were going to be delayed because one of the ship excursion buses did break down on the highway, and they were transferring all those passengers onto another bus and getting them on board the ship. So we waited for them for around 45 minutes. Wasn't too long of a wait before we actually did our sail away. So that's really nice that's the advantage of booking with a group shore excursion like we did in Sydney, when you knew you were driving an hour or two away from port. So yeah, that's the advantage, but there is disadvantages with it, right?
And another vote yes for Butchert Gardens in Victoria as well. Okay. And Gary saying great vlogs on the Montreal to Boston cruise.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe for the good memories for us too, for sure.
Yeah.
And another vote for the gardens in Victoria.
Okay, see, everybody says we have to do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Patty says, looking forward to seeing us, Blackberry Crown Royal.
Mm-hmm.
Not before the Toronto Millie. I think it's a combo who's going to win the Stanley Cup for Canada first, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah. I won't get into pushing that boulder up the hill.
Yeah.
Some may not agree. This is the ongoing debate in our country. That's why Edmonton was a good choice. It was kind of neutral to the rest of us that go for Toronto, Montreal, back and forth. That Edmonton was a nice compromise
for people that live in Ontario, especially.
And Glenda's here, happy birthday as well.
Thank you.
Kylie's saying the Holland America does a Iceland cruise.
Yeah.
And Christine Bill says her middle daughter just subscribed. Let's see.
Thank you.
See if she put us over the top yet. We are at 9,997.
Oh, we need 3 more.
3 more.
It's so funny.
We have 3 children if they'd only subscribe.
I know, funny. I don't know if they all are subscribed, to be quite honest with you. We have a bit of a funny story to tell you about that. So we were with Paul and Carol on our very first cruise, first time we ever met Paul and Carol, and they were about to hit, was it 10,000 or 15,000?
That was 15, I think.
It was 15,000. And anyways, they're like, we need one more person to hit the subscribe button. And so Jerry and I had subscribed as a couple, but then he went in on his personal account and subscribed so that you could get them over the top.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to give me a free cruise or something, but no.
Yeah. But we were able to have a drink and celebrate their success together.
And Patrick and Marietta's son just subscribed as well to chip in.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Oh, what do we got here? Question.
Okay.
Where do you book the least expensive flights? So high through the airlines, bad routing through the cruise lines. Mm-hmm. Have looked at Google Flights.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I usually start with Expedia, if I'm being honest, just straight old Expedia,
just to sort of get an idea of whereabouts the price flights are and the different times and dates.
And then once I know what's available, then I often go straight to the airline, and usually they're at least the exact same price of Expedia, sometimes a little more, but sometimes also a little bit less.
Yeah.
And we've also had better luck booking through the airlines. I can't count the number of times we get to something to do with a flight or want to make a change, or something happens with routing or a canceled flight, and they say, sorry, we can't help you because you have to deal with who you booked it through.
Yeah. So years ago, when we first started cruising a little more regularly, we were using third-party websites because we thought we were getting better deals. And sometimes we were, sometimes it was the same deal. But we ran into enough complications with flights canceled or other different things going on that it became a big issue. So we do probably 95% of the time book directly with whatever airline company we're going at. Oh, Mr. Canuck is giving me an update. It is, you want to show it to the camera? Hold it up.
If people can see it.
It's 9,999.
There it is.
10,000! Cheers. We just went over you almost drank all your drink already.
Almost ready to drink.
We are there, guys. Thank you so much for your support. There has been so many people and wonderful people helping us out to get to this milestone mark. So thank you all for all your support, and thank you to everybody that's reached out to their friends and family and made them subscribe in the last hour. That's great.
Yeah, and unfortunately YouTube doesn't tell us who people are when they subscribe to our channel. We can't get like a list of subscribers, so we don't even know who the 10,000th person was. But
yeah,
whoever it was, thank you very much.
Yeah,
and also thank you to the 9,999 that have followed us for the last couple of years and made this happen right now.
Please give us a thumbs up with that. Yes, this is lovely. It's exciting. Yeah, it's funny, we were trying to, when we went on our first group cruise, I said to Mr. Canuck, is there any way that we can see who our first subscriber out of all the 60 something people that were joining us were with? Because I would like to sort of do something for them, a little gift or something in person. But so we tried researching that, and it doesn't tell us who was the first or any of that sort of thing. But we know that we did meet a lot of our very early subscribers on that first group cruise, and we're going to meet a whole bunch more on the second one. So we're looking forward to that.
Yep. And speaking about subscriptions to the channel, Marie has a question or comment saying that wants to know why she's been unsubscribed, that she's been a subscriber since there was 700. We've heard, she's not the only one. We've heard other people say the same thing.
Good question. Yeah.
And YouTube is always trying to filter out, because there's some channels, and some we've never done or would do.
Never, ever.
They buy subscribers, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And
we get emails regularly by shady companies that want us to buy subscribers.
Yeah.
We've never done it.
We've never done that. And part of the reason you don't do that is because if YouTube finds out, then they have the ability to demonetize you and shut down your channel, all that stuff. So we don't want to go away anytime soon.
Right.
But anyways, part of that process, I think, is they're always trying to trim down channels if they think there's accounts that maybe aren't active or aren't like real subscribers. They kind of, because we see the numbers drop every once in a while by 1 or 2. So that might be why. I don't know. Any other reason? I'm not sure why, Marie, why they'd be having make you resubscribe. So thank you for resubscribing.
Yes, thank you for resubscribing. And yeah, you're not the first one that has sent us this sort of message. We've had quite a few, probably 20 to 40 people, I would say, in the last year has said something similar to us. And so we're not quite sure the reason why, but we do appreciate that. Even if you think you've subscribed, check every now and then, because obviously it does happen that somehow you get unsubscribed, not by anything that you've done.
Yeah, and we've heard that if you put that little bell on, that's also there with the subscribe button, then you'll actually get a notification when a new video comes out. So that way you'd know if you're subscribed or not.
And will you get a notification if you've unsubscribed?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Okay.
If they've unsubscribed, sure.
Yeah.
And Ship to Shore says that they've used our code to buy level 8. Oh, I forgot to say, Marie, I just wanted to point out that she is from Hawaii, by the way. So we've got all the way from Hawaii to the UK here today.
Wow.
And Ship to Shore, they bought your level 8 suitcase and used our code.
Oh, that's great. And they love it, it says. So good. We love our luggage too. So yeah, we're getting more and more people asking for that code. So I'll just say it again, just in case, but a lot of people will message us. So it's simple. In the promo code on level 8 luggage website, all you type in is Cruising Canucks, one word, 10 after it, and it'll give you an extra 10% off whatever their sale price is or promotion that they have at that point.
And a couple of happy birthdays. Marie from Hawaii and Lucia and Glenn are here as well, saying happy birthday. And I'm trying to see here. I was looking to see, before we get to the trivia, I just wanted to touch base with everybody that was here. And Ship to Shore just subscribed with a personal account as well. Not
thank you. That might have helped.
Help.
That's similar to what we did for Paul and Carol.
And Lucia and Glenn said that they could see on their end we just hit 10,000 at 2:30. So Ship to Shore would have been close to be.
Oh, wow. That's perfect. You might have been the one then.
And Kylie says she uses Google Flights. I've used that before too, because they have a nice little feature. They can give you notifications if the flight prices change. So that's what I like about Google Flights. And yeah, a whole bunch of people giving us big congratulations here for the 10,000s. We've got just about everybody giving you a big hooray. So
that's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking through it here. Oh.
Yep. So, but let's get into some trivia. Let's do that. I see. Are you good? Are you good with that?
No, I'm good. I'm just sorry. I'm still reading some of the comments through.
Between the happy birthday.
I forgot I'm live. Just thought I was at home or up in my office doing the stuff.
10,001 now.
Oh wow, we hit the mark.
So let's do a little bit of trivia.
Okay, let's do it.
And Mrs. Canuck does not know the questions or the answers, just so you know.
I was thinking about this just before we went live. I'm not sure why he's the one that did this. I should be the one that comes up with the trivia and finds the answers, because he would probably be better at guessing the answers as opposed to me. But we'll do it.
I'm just trying to see. I see Gail says yay. I'm just trying to see. For some reason, I can't seem to turn off the latest comments. I'm not sure why.
I'm going through seeing Matthew's. Can you put it up? A day of celebration, Jill's birthday, 10,000 subscribers, and Canada Day. Thanks, Matt. Yeah.
There we go. Right there.
All three. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. After I put Matt's up, then the software started working again. So where are we? Okay, ready?
Okay, ready.
First question. Trivia time. No Googling the answer.
All right, Matt, here you go.
Oh, of course, Matt showed. Matt, if you probably don't know this unless you're on our Friday afternoon trivia.
But Matt beats our pants off every week. He's amazing at trivia. I keep saying I think I've only done trivia on a cruise once or twice in the 44 cruises we've done, but I plan on doing trivia when I'm on the cruise with Matt. Just saying, because I'm just going to sit beside him and keep ordering him drinks while he does all the correct answers.
If you order him too many drinks, he may not get the answer.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah. After he wins, I'll order him the drinks.
First question. We'll start with an easy one.
Okay.
Don't shout out the answer. Just think about it.
Okay. All right.
First question, and you can put it in the comment section. We're going to follow below. You'll be able to follow the comments coming in.
All right.
What is the national food of Canada? You have this look like you're not sure what it is. We always have this debate about what people say, what is considered Canadian food? We're like, it's a little bit, it's kind of a mix of every different culture's food.
It's very multicultural, I would say. Well, I lived in Toronto for quite a few years when I was going to school. And that's one of the things I loved about Toronto, depending on what neighborhood you went to in Toronto, depending on what type of food was you were to have there, whether it was Greek or Italian or Lebanese. Anyways. Oh, we're getting a lot of answers. I'm seeing poutine, depending on where you're from. Butter tarts, maple syrup. Ooh, bacon. Bannock. Oh.
Lots of good answers there. Which one do you think is the right one? The right one is there.
The right one is there. I'm going to say maple syrup. No? See, what do I know?
Poutine.
Poutine? It is?
Poutine, yes. But it has to have cheese curds.
Yeah, not grated cheese like Holland America was doing.
Yeah, if it's grated cheese, it's just like French fries or gravy and grated cheese. But it has to have the cheese curds to be poutine. Poutine to satisfy those. Okay, next question. True or false? Okay. Speaking of maple syrup, instead of a national strategic oil reserve, Canada has a national strategic reserve of maple syrup. Is that true or false?
Well, I know the answer to this because I may have went to the exact talk on the Volendam that Holland America put on, and they spoke specifically of that subject. So what do you think? Does Canada have a reserve of maple syrup?
It's national strategic reserve, not just like a couple containers of it like we have in the fridge.
Right.
Look
at that. Everybody's saying true.
And are they right?
A couple are saying false, but the answer is
true.
It is true.
Not only is it true.
I didn't know that before I went to the exact talk on Holland America. No.
It is true, but not only that. In 2012, and this is what Volendam, the exec top spoke about, was there was a national heist where people actually went in and they managed to steal thousands and thousands of gallons of maple syrup.
They took out the maple syrup and replaced it with water. So the barrels felt full, but it wasn't with maple syrup. It was water that they had in there.
Yeah, this covered multiple agencies around the world. It was FBI was involved along with the RCMP. It was a big heist in 2012. So
it was worth millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
They had gotten away with stealing of maple syrup. Can you believe that?
Yep.
Yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, really? Anyways, Kylie's saying that England just won. She's happy.
Go England.
Brian thought maybe it was meatloaf. I love that. It wasn't meatloaf in Mr. Canucks dreams.
Okay, next question. I haven't seen Matt's answers come in yet, have you? I'm watching Matt's. Oh, see y'all later. Ship to shore is leaving us on the cruise there, so have a good cruise. And instead of a carton or a jug, Canadians carry their milk around in what?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, our American followers. Do you know this? This is very Canadian.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've always thought. I just thought it was normal, obviously, growing up.
We
Because
should've-
being in Canada, that's all I
we
ever
should've-
knew until we started traveling in the States and saw it more.
We should have brought a container to show them how we do this too. We
Well-
have one upstairs.
Huh.
Any answers coming in?
Bags, plastic bags.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We have these little containers. I meant to bring one down for the live that we just flop the bag in, you cut it top open, and you just pour it out like that.
So when you buy milk, you can buy it in 1 liter cartons, 2 liter cartons, or 4 liters of bags, which is divided into 3 bags. And so you pull out this one bag that's around yay size, and it goes into a little container that every Canadian household
Yeah.
has, I'm sure.
Yeah, when you pay Canadian taxes, they send back one of these cartons with your return.
They do not. But yes, bags.
Is right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we use jugs in Winnipeg. Yeah, Tracy's saying it is bags, but they use jugs in Winnipeg. Some other
Well, when we were in Newfoundland, they used cartons, but they had a special handle that you put on the cartons, which was really interesting. It kind of was like
Yeah.
having the bag. Yeah.
Brookfield in Newfoundland gave out these handles to put on your cartons. Mhm.
Okay. Next question. In 2022, how many annual vacation days did the average American take?
In 2022,
Yeah. I didn't have the 2024 date. I just saw 2022.
I'm just trying to figure out if that was still COVID, but COVID was pretty much done by then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How many do you think they get on average? The average American?
How many vacation days they get through their employer? That's what the question is.
So they're paid vacation days.
I'm going to go with, I have no idea, but I'm going to guess and say 14.
14, you think the average American took?
That's the answer.
And the respondents to the study said
We're
that they
saying
took
10, 22, 8, 9 here.
11.
11.
Yes.
Wow.
Which is actually 8.5 days less than the global average if you consider all the other developed nations in the world.
Well,
So-
yeah, that's why I said 14, because I thought they do. North America tends to take less vacation days than a lot of European countries.
How many do we take a year?
I take a lot now, thankfully. I'm retired.
I think I technically, I have, in my work, I get 20 a year I can take.
So in your work, it depends on how many years you've worked with your
Yeah, how
organization.
long you've worked there. Yeah, so I get
So I'm sure a
20
lot
that I
of
can
that is
take.
like
Yeah.
that.
But when you start an organization, you have 15. The average Canadian gets 10 when you start a job, 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Roberta's responding. I'm retired also. Right?
Okay, we've got a Canadian question here. Tim Hortons coffee donut shops in Canada also serve Molson Canadian beer. True or false? Canadians can't answer this one.
All right. Our American friends, if you've been to a Tim Hortons coffee donut shop in Canada, they're now starting to sprout out in the US and
We saw
parts
them.
of Europe. We saw one in
Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Anyways, is it true?
We've got a couple trues, a bunch
We've
of
got
false.
a lot of falses.
We got a we wish.
We wish. False. No.
Oh, I see.
False.
I see a Canadian answer there. They weren't supposed to.
Matt saying false.
And the answer is no. Tim Hortons is not licensed to sell alcohol, and it isn't even a Canadian company anymore.
Tim Hortons is not a Canadian company anymore. They're owned by a company based out of Brazil, I believe.
Yeah,
Right?
the same company that owns
Burger King.
Burger King owns Tim Hortons now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And let's see, which passport will you get visa free into more countries? So which one of these passports get you more spots in the world without having to get a visa?
Okay.
A Canadian passport,
Okay.
a British passport, or an American passport? Which one will get you into more countries without having to apply for a visa?
Is this a trick question?
It's a question. How tricky can it be? British, Canadian,
Kylie
American.
is saying British. I feel like Kylie would know since she's lived in multiple countries. so that makes me want to side with Kylie. But I was going to say American, but maybe I'm wrong.
No one else.
But we're seeing a lot of British,
Yeah.
one Canadian, but almost here's another American. But the majority of people are guessing British. What's the answer?
Let's click the answer and see. And it is British.
174 countries.
Yep.
And Canada and the US is good for 172. Oh, so close.
So close.
You're almost splitting hairs there with that question.
There you go. The British can get into 2 more countries than the Americans or Canadians. I don't know which true they are, though.
Oh, I was just going to say that was really bad research. You didn't need to tell me the 2 countries that I can't get into that British people can get into.
Maybe Kylie knows where she can go.
Kylie, do you know what 2 countries I'm not allowed in?
You're allowed there. You just have to have a visa.
I know.
Okay. See if you get this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just reading Sherry's comment. I agree with you, Sherry. That's what confused me too. Sorry.
If you send a letter to Santa with the postal code or zip code ho ho ho, who will respond?
Oh,
if anybody.
Is this a worldwide question, or is this specific to Canada?
Anybody in the world could address a letter to Santa to that zip code, postal code, whatever you use in your country.
I didn't know that.
And it gets
I thought it was just a Canadian thing.
And the same. You're trying to give the answer away now.
Why? I don't know. People, Patrick and Mariette say Santa.
For all the people that are under 12, it is Santa.
Yes.
Santa definitely answers all
and
the
Ruthie,
letters.
if your granddaughter is listening right now, put her earphones on her for the answer.
I mean, it's still Santa. Don't worry, Ruth. And the answer is, what do you think?
I like Mrs. Claus. That's a good answer.
She should help for sure.
Yeah. I believe the answer is Canada Post.
Canada Post volunteers to respond to kids around the world.
Around the world. Wow.
With a personalized letter back. They have answered more than 1 million letters in 30 different languages. Yeah.
As many of you guys know, that we raised our children in a very small community, very tiny people. And so town, there's only a population of 200 in the community we live. So as our children would write their letters to Santa every year, they would get a personalized letter back by Santa that knew exactly who they were and what they loved. And she would always have a little tiny pre-Christmas present in there for them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were very fortunate to live in a small town.
Yeah. And for those that are counting, under 6 months till Christmas. So there you go. Get that wish list ready. Okay. This one has a bit of a Canadian flair to it because we're going to talk about the Winter Olympics and bobsledding.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to sidetrack you. Germans can travel to 193 countries without a visa. Wow.
Oh, yeah? There you go. The research that I had was there's a site actually that tracks this day by day because it sometimes changes based on what's going on in the world. So that's where, as of last week, that was the numbers I was written. So, yeah.
Okay.
Which 2 Caribbean countries are known for their bobsled teams in the Winter Olympics? Now, Caribbean countries.
There's 2 Caribbean countries.
And I know everybody's probably going to know at least one of them. I'm curious to see if you know the second one.
I went on a bobsled on an excursion with our children years ago when we were on a Caribbean cruise. So I think I might know one, but I don't know who the other country would be. So we're seeing Jamaica and Barbados.
And
Jamaica and Dominican.
So Jamaica is definitely one. The other, so might be some other countries
Antigua.
There might be some other countries that have tried the bobsled thing, maybe in the background, but this other country was famous in 2022 for taking a really good run at it. So that's the one I'm looking for.
Okay. Trinidad.
And we got the right answer. It just came up, actually.
Oh.
It is Jamaica, and it's also Trinidad and Tobago.
Ah.
In 2022, Trinidad and Tobago put a team into the Winter Olympics.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wonder if they used the Jamaican bobsled training for it. Or they made their own. What's the name of that movie? Cool Runnings, is it?
Cool Runnings, yeah.
Yeah, they talk about the Jamaican bobsled
cool
team.
Runnings or Cool Runners? I'm not sure.
Here's a question for you. Now keep your hands out of your pockets, Canadians. What is on a Canadian loonie? And then what's on the other side of the Canadian loonie?
While you guys are thinking of that answer, I just want to read Ken Dixon's comment. He says his wife volunteers as a postal elf every year.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you, Ken.
Yep.
Lots of kids are very happy with that. So exciting for them.
So what's on a Canadian loonie and what's on the other side?
I'm laughing at Paul and Wanda's response. Canadian loonie. That's our $1 coin. Prince Charles and a loonie. No idea what a loonie is. Yeah, so it's our years ago now we lost they took away our $1 bill and they turned it into a coin. and it's been nicknamed a loonie ever since
Maybe because of what's on it.
because of what's on it.
We actually, just down the road from us, 20 minutes away, they have Canada's largest loonie, the coin, a big, huge statue of it in one of the towns, Echo Bay.
We'll have to take a picture of it. Yeah, in the town where I used to work for years, they have that. And that's because the artist that designed the loonie for the Canadian Mint was raised in Echo Bay, Ontario.
So we've got Loon and the Queen, Loon and the King and the Queen, a Loon and the Queen. I did see a polar bear.
Mm-hmm.
Polar bear is on our toonie. And so the loon is on one side. I just put it up. The common loon is actually the name. The one that makes that crying noise at night. If you say it at like a cottage or something out in the country, they swim on the water, they dive down and get fish, and they make this really neat noise overnight. That's a loon.
Are they just in Canada, loons?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, they seem pretty common to us, but maybe it's just sort of like the beaver thing, too.
I just saw
beavers around us,
too.
too.
I went for a walk at lunch at work the other day, and I was walking by some water, and I had a loon going right by me. So they're common here.
They are.
On the other side is the king or the queen. So it's been the queen for years since it came out. But just recently, they've started making loonies that have the king on it. I haven't seen one yet, but I'll be watching for one.
Oh,
yeah.
We need to start using money more often. We use cards all the time. To actually have cash and coins on us is not very frequently anymore.
Paul and Louise are saying that they have a pound land, which we came across in the UK, and we wonder if we have like a loony land or something. We have a dollar store, it's called.
Yeah, it's called Dollarama. Dollar Tree is what we have in Canada.
I do prefer loony land much better.
Loony land would be great, but yeah, we instead of loony bin, we have loony bins.
Okay, now you have to put your thinking cap on for this one.
Oh shoot, here we go.
And what city do croissants originate in? Those are those pastries that you have to unroll them to eat them. Croissants.
No, you don't have to unroll them. Please do not follow his ridiculous trend that he's trying to start with unrolling your croissant. I would say France. Am I wrong with that?
Let's know what city.
Oh, what city do croissants originate from? City.
Oh, we got Montreal in there.
And
Quebec.
City, guys, help me out. I would still say it's a French city. Oh, someone's saying Italy, though.
We haven't got the right answer yet, so I'll give you what country.
Oh, okay. It's not Paris? Or, I mean, it's not France? Sorry.
It's not France.
Oh. Is it Canada?
No, it's not Canada.
I didn't think so. Where'd they originate from? Give us the country.
Austria.
Austria.
Vienna, Austria is the starting place of the croissant, which kind of surprised me too.
Using French yeast.
So there was a French connection there.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, someone put Vienna in
Vienna,
there.
there we go.
There you go.
There we go. That is the answer.
Yeah.
Vienna. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. This is a really complicated one. You have to do some math. This is like when you go back to school and says someone gets on the train and they go this far and then they get off and get on another train. It's one of those questions for you. So you'll do good at this one.
Yeah.
Okay. What car drive is longer? The drive for the cruising Canucks. So for us to go to the Toronto airport and get on a cruise, or for Paul and Carol to go through the Channel off the UK and go to visit Bruges in Belgium. Who has the longer drive?
Us to go to the Toronto
airport. To Toronto, yep. Or Paul and Carol to get to Belgium for where they are in Gloucester.
Oh my gosh, it better be Paul and Carol, because then I'm going to be really upset that I have to drive the almost 8 hours to get to an airport, and they can be in one of the most prettiest spots that we've ever toured.
Now, of course, this is without traffic. We know that Paul and Carol have to go through like London and then the tunnel and everything else. So it might be some delays. We also have delays with construction and everything, but their delays might be longer.
Is it us? Do we have the longer drive?
Everybody,
I'm seeing a lot of people guess that it's us. There are a few saying Paul and Carol have the longer drive.
The answer is us.
Us?
Ours is longer than 7 hours, or right around 7 hours, where their drive would be under 6 hours to get to Belgium from Gloucester, if there's no traffic. So there you go. So we go to Toronto for a weekend. If I was living where Paul and Carol live, I'd be going to Belgium for the weekend for sure.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Are you kidding
That's
me?
how small Europe is compared to Canada. That's all I got to say. Does that make you nuts?
It does make me nuts. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's a trick one.
Okay.
And
that wasn't a trick one? That seemed like a trick one to me.
What's the smallest country in the world by area? Did you look at the answer?
No. Oh, is the answer up there?
No.
He's got his hand over his screen. I couldn't even see. I'm thinking, remember when we were in the Vatican? Did they not say that it was its own country? Is
Yeah.
the Vatican a country?
Yep.
So would that be the smallest country by area?
Smallest country by area is Vatican City.
There are people agreeing with me. I got one right, guys. That's amazing.
So you got that one right. Let's see if you get the next one right.
Oh, okay.
What's the second smallest country by area?
Shoot, the second smallest.
Because I knew you'd get that one.
You knew I would get that one. I think what he's decided is that the weeks we do trivia is let's see how much we can embarrass Jill on a live show.
Second smallest.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not anywhere in North America.
The right answer.
People are saying
the right
Morocco,
answer. The right answer is there.
Luxembourg. Is it Morocco? That seems to be the general consensus.
It's not Morocco, but if you pronounce it right, that's what it is.
Oh, I'm saying it wrong. Monaco.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I can't even read. Monaco.
Monaco.
Okay.
Although I saw a bunch of the other ones there, I would have thought that they were all in the running. They must have been really close, but those were the two that I came up with in my research. It was Monaco, and the smallest being Vatican City, which we've been to twice now. You've been there 3 times.
Yes, I've been there 3 times. I went once without him.
Okay, this one we got a true or false. You got a 50-50 chance of being right. Canadians can travel back and forth along the U.S. border with any photo ID, and they don't need a passport. True or false?
Am I supposed to answer this one?
Oh, we'll see what other people think first.
Okay. Canadians can travel back and forth along the U.S. border with any photo ID and don't need a passport. True or false?
In the current day.
Okay. Yeah, because that was what I was going to say. Well, there used to be a time. Aging myself right now.
I see a whole bunch of falses, a couple of trues. Think that should be false. False. The answer is false. Canadians
it is false.
Must use either a passport, a Nexus card, a Fast card, or a Sentry card. There also is conditions for land crossings to use an enhanced driver's license.
And some First Nations have exceptions also,
First
right?
Nations
if you have a status card.
If they have family that are in the U.S., that they can travel without any ID at all except their status card.
Right.
So there you go. That's the answer. So yeah, there was a time where you could just use like a driver's license getting back and forth. That was not too long ago that was a thing.
Well, I think when I was a child, you'd go with it. Nothing, right?
Just drive across. And there's a lot of the border of Canada-US that isn't even manned. Like you can just drive across back and forth because there's no fences, no nothing. So technically there you don't need anything. Just can't get caught.
Well, you do. You're breaking the law if you go without it. Yeah.
Okay, another true or false?
9/11 made it much more difficult to cross border.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
True or false? Pilots and co-pilots do not eat the same meal before flying. When you're going on a vacation...
Are we afraid they're going to get poisoned? Is that the reason behind there?
So, is that a thing or not a thing? True. We have a whole bunch of trues coming in. What do you think?
I think that's ridiculous is what I think, but sure, let's go with true. Although I've seen more and more pilots the last few years carrying lunch bags as they've been getting on the flights when we're going. And I always thought that's funny because I never used to see that decades ago. But lately, they're all going with their own little thermos lunch bag. But anyways, what's the answer?
Lots of trues in there.
Lots of trues.
Saying it has to be a backup pilot.
Always have to have a backup pilot. Don't want them both to get food poisoning at the same time.
The answer is used to be true.
Oh.
It was eliminating the risk of both having food poisoning at the same time.
See?
But that it used to be a condition of some airlines, but I think most, if not all airlines, have dropped it. So now that's false. Okay. Only because the hygienic standards in which food is prepared has advanced to a point where they don't believe that's as much of a risk as it was. So, yeah. But at one time, that was a case that they weren't allowed to eat the same meal.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And when I go to a restaurant with anybody, that's still my rule.
It is. If you're ever at a restaurant with Mr. Canuck, he'll always say, "Oh, let them order first. Let them order first," because he wants to hear what everybody else has ordered on the table before him, and then he'll order something different. Yeah. It really drives him nuts if he orders something, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to have the same thing."
Good for those coming on a group cruise. Good things to remember. And another true or false. This one I think you're going to get. Okay.
Oh, now you're setting me up for failure. Go ahead.
The Spanish Steps are located in Spain. True or false?
Well, I do know that answer.
There you go. How many times have you been to the Spanish Steps?
twice.
Oh, you got that answer right too.
I had to guess. I had to think about that.
We have a lot of falses
A lot
there.
of falses.
Don't eat the fish.
Mhm.
Falses. It's in Rome, and the answer is false. It is Rome.
Rome, Italy.
We didn't fool anybody with that one.
No.
Here's one that might get a few people, but if you think about it, you should be able to get it.
Okay.
The Blue Lagoon, a geothermal spa, is located in what country?
Well, I want to say something like Norway, but I think that's too obvious. But that would be my first instinct. But everybody talks about, oh, yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Everybody talks about Iceland, too. So that would be where my head went.
I see an Italy answer there, and there's actually some beautiful geothermal spas that I've seen in Italy where they're terraced and they roll down. It's been on Instagram a lot lately, and I need to go there, yeah, for sure. Lots of Icelands. Do you think they're right?
Is Iceland correct? Because that's where I'm leaning in that.
Iceland is the correct answer for that one. Yeah.
There you go.
Here's one that you might get.
Oh, I might.
You and Kylie may have to put your brains together for this one.
Ooh, Kylie, help me out.
Which two cities are known as the Big Smoke?
How would I might know that? Two cities known as the Big Smoke, Kylie?
Have you ever heard anybody say, hey, I'm going to the Big Smoke?
No.
I believe you. What do you think?
I do not know.
You don't know?
I don't have a clue.
You don't know what the Big Smoke is?
The Big Smoke. Smoke. I can't even say it. Toronto and New York, question mark, is coming in. Oh, Kylie's going, she's not sure. Well, a few people. Oh, Toronto and Chicago is Gates' guess. Sudbury. I love it, Patrick and Marietta.
New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Is the Big Easy.
The Big Easy, right. The Big Smoke.
Chicago is the Windy City.
The Big Smoke. London?
Rona is saying London, and between all the answers in there, there are two correct ones there. I see both of them are there.
Oh, okay. Put us out of our misery and let us know.
Out of your misery, eh?
London and
Toronto are known as the Big Smoke.
Really? Why?
London, because there was a time where it could become very smoky, so that would make sense. Toronto, it was ironically, is because a reporter once said that Toronto has this giant reputation, but there's actually nothing to do in Toronto. So it's like a big smoke show. So for all those in Toronto, I'm sorry, but that wasn't me. That was the reporter.
I think that was a hard one. I don't know how you thought I would get that.
No, I grew up, growing up as a kid, I heard Toronto called the Big Smoke. So I knew Toronto right off the bat.
Not me. I never heard of it.
I didn't know London.
But, he's a Southern Ontario boy. He grew up on the outskirts of Toronto. I grew up in Northern Ontario where Toronto wasn't the be-all and end-all.
Well, you lived in Toronto, so maybe you'll get this next question then.
Okay.
Name one other nickname for Toronto. I've got three there that I've got as opportunities.
Another nickname for Toronto?
Yeah. If you don't call it the Big Smoke, there's a couple other. Let's see if anyone else gets it here.
Huh. I have no idea.
Patrick and Mariette have one of them. Patrick and Mariette, the Six is one of them. Is one of them. Yep.
A nickname for Toronto. T.O. is what I would think.
Patricia is right. T.O. is the other one.
Yeah, T.O.
There's one more. It's an older one, but I've heard it. And Gates has the last one.
Hogtown.
Yeah, we've got Hogtown, the Six, and T.O. are
Hogtown because they used to have big farms there?
No, it used to be the biggest, I think, pork processing plant in Canada. One time was around Toronto area.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called Hogtown way back when. Yes. There you go. And here we go.
All right.
Venice has more canals than Amsterdam. True or false? Tough one for you.
I've never been to Venice.
You've never been to Venice to know
Somebody
for sure.
won't take me. I keep trying to get them, guys.
It's sinking like New Orleans.
I keep trying to tell them I want to get to Venice before they won't let me go there.
Lots of falses coming in. So a lot of people believe that Amsterdam has more canals than Venice.
I was going to go with Amsterdam, but I don't know.
Yeah?
That was my guess.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
The answer is
Ooh, the majority is going with false.
false is the answer.
Oh, the majority got it right.
Amsterdam has more canals than Venice. There you go. So why would I take you to Venice? You've seen the one that has more canals.
That's true. I saw we went to, what is it called in Vegas, where they have the little mini Venice.
Oh, what's that?
Hotel?
What's that? Everybody knows that
Venetian?
Venetian is the hotel in Vegas. Yeah,
Venetian. We were in there. That's as close as I've gone to Venice, guys.
for sure. So there you go. Did you count up who won?
No.
Did you win?
No, probably not. That would never be the case.
Oh, Matt is saying true.
Well,
Matt's internet is very slow today, so Matt's been
not happy.
he's been a question behind. Yeah. We did that on purpose. We contacted Matt's internet provider and said slow it down so we can catch up with him in the trivia.
That's right. Exactly. It was a strategy we put out for you, Matt. Try to slow you down this week.
Kylie has a great recommendation for a restaurant in Venice.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. If I can ever convince Kylie for him to take me there, I'll be sending you a message telling me where do I go. Yeah, sure. Saying Venice is so crowded all the time now. Yeah. I'm sure it is.
Sure is.
Yeah.
So that's all your trivia. That was the end of it all.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Did okay. How'd you do, Bruno?
Yeah.
He's a little out of it.
Mr. Dopey. Mm-hmm.
So what we got for number of subscribers now? Did we ramp up past 10,000? We have a couple unsubscribed. Now we're blowing it.
Yeah, right. People are now like unsubscribe. That silly trivia. We want nothing to do with it. We are officially at 10,003 subscribers.
Yeah. Although I'm waiting for it to load. It's
10,004. Sorry, it just refreshed.
Yeah, my internet's becoming like Matt's now. It's getting really slow. So, but I think that's it for today. We're going to get back to enjoying our Canada Day weekend. We have some family up, so
we do.
We're going to go have a good time.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your weekend to join us.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we're going to be back next week on Sunday, and I think that'll end up being the long weekend for our neighbors to the south.
Yes, it will be.
So I don't think we're going to have any trivia next week. Maybe we'll have a couple trivia questions about the U.S.
Oh,
you go. Not too many, but yeah, we're going to do our regular first Sunday of the month, kind of do a what's new in the cruise industry type of thing next Sunday. So stay with us for that and have a great Canada Day. And I see everybody's saying the same. And thanks for the congratulations on 10,000. But thank you to you.
Yes.
For
if it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't be here. We'd just be talking in our rec room all by ourselves. That's pretty boring. We do that most every other day. So thank you guys so much for your support along this journey. It's been fabulous. And we so appreciate it.
Yes.
Every single one of you that has subscribed.
For sure. It's been a joy. For sure.
Yeah.
So have a good rest of your weekend and have a great week. And we will talk to you another week from now.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.